Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Hold on now. Wait a minute, fellas. Wait a minute. I think it goes something like this. Whoa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can somebody take these burdens off of me? Off of me. Can somebody take these burdens off of me? Off of me. Cause every time I turn around, there's something trying to keep me down. Can somebody take these burdens off of me? Off of me. Whoa, can somebody take these burdens off of me? Off of me. Can somebody take these burdens off of me? Off of me. When I look up, don't you know, burdens knocking at my door. So won't you come and take these burdens off of me? Off of me. Oh, come and take these burdens off of me. Off of me. Somebody come and take these burdens off of me. Off of me. Soon as I get up off the ground, my burdens knock me right back down. Can somebody take these burdens off of me? Off of me. Somebody take these burdens off of me, off of me. Somebody take these burdens off of me, off of me. Somebody take these burdens off of me, off of me. Well, off of me, off of me. Oh, off of me, off of me. Well, off of me, off of me. Get them off of me, off of me. Come and break the chain. Come and break the chain. Get it off of me. Get it off of me. I need somebody. I need somebody. I need somebody. I need somebody to get this burden. To get this burden. Can somebody take these burdens off of me?
Hey guys, I just came on this evening, this late hour, to give you guys an update on Mr. Kelly's case and give you an update on what's happening in the appeal process. There's some movement there, and as well as the federal. And you guys know the state, they should be meeting next month in November. So good evening, everyone. I just want to say hello to everyone. I know it's late. I'm trying to stay off the internet for a little while. I got to get some things together for myself, and I'll be back. But I just need to take care of myself. In the meantime, whenever something is updated, I do come on to let you guys know what's happening, because I know a lot of you guys don't have access to paces and things like that. So I like to just give you guys an update, get off, and go on about my business. But anyway, hi everybody. Hope you guys had a wonderful day today. All right. There was a motion submitted today in regards to Roberts, federal Illinois case. I remember the judge gave them to the first to submit post-trial motion, and they were supposed to have it done by the first. But Jennifer is right now on a case, so there's a motion submitted by Ashley. Let me just give you guys the first part of the motion. Okay, the first part, it says here, United States versus Robert Sylvester Kelly, also known as R. Kelly, Daryl McDavid, and Milton Brown, also known as June Brown. Case number 19 CR 567, Honorable Harry D. Lindweber. Motion, notice of motion. To all counsel of record, please take notice that on Tuesday, November 1st, 2022 at 9:30 a.m., counsel shall appear before the Honorable Judge Harry D. Lindweber and present Defendant Robert Sylvester Kelly unopposed motion for extension of time to file post-motion post-trial motion in above capture matter. So they're asking the judge for more time to submit the post-motion items. Okay, and then the next page says United States of America plaintiff versus Robert Sylvester Kelly, also known as R. Kelly, Daryl McDavid, and Milton Brown, also known as June Brown, 19 CR 567. Honorable Harry D. Leinweber, whatever it is. It says here, motion for extension of time to file post-trial motions. And it says here that now comes defendant Robert S. Kelly by and through his counsel, the Bonjean Law Group, PLLC, and moved this court for 2 weeks extension of time until November 15th to file post-trial motion. Number one, after a month-long trial, a jury found defendant Kelly guilty of counts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 of the indictment and not guilty on as count. 1, 2, 3, 9, 10, and 12. That's what he was found guilty of. And not guilty on 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They did 7 twice. 9 and 13. No. 11 and 13, sorry. They messed it up. They're supposed to put 8, but they put 9. They put 9 and they put, I don't know. Well, they got something wrong here. And the indictment on September 14th, 2022. Number 2, post-trial motion are presently due by November 1st, 2022, with response due on November 15th. Number 3, for the reasons set forth herein, counsel for Kelly is seeking a 2 weeks extension of time to file his post-trial motion. Number 4, over the last few months, defendant Kelly's counsel has done their utmost to manage an extraordinary demanding trial schedule and several pressing deadlines. As this court may recall, prior to trial in the present matter, counsel for Kelly was on trial from May 23rd, 2022 to June 22nd, 2022 in the Supreme Court of Los Angeles in the matter of Hutt versus Cosby, number BC 565560, and back-to-back trial for Bonjean Law boutique law firm created a significant backlog of work for which the counsel is trying to catch up. Number 5, during the Kelly's trial alone, Bonjean Law Firm filed opening brief in the Illinois Appellate Court of People versus Rodriguez 1-21-0906 and People versus Blue 5-22-0177, as well as post-trial motion for Hutt's matter. Our firm has filed a brief in the United States Courts of Appeal for the Sixth Circuit of USA versus Baker 2022 CR 05067 on September 30th, 2022. Number 6, in addition to these briefs, since the conclusion of the instant trial, our firm has restitution hearing of People versus Kelly, a 19 CR 286 on September 28th, which involved extensive briefing, plaintiff disposition in Ocho versus Lopez, 20 CV 02977 on October 14, 2022, to disposition in the matter of Meisnet versus Gary Vieira, 18 CV 02342 on October 17th and 18th, 2022, and a reliability hearing in a criminal matter on October 20th, People versus Bryant, 13 CR 11571. Number 7. Furthermore, counsel has a petition for rehearsing due today in William versus Kelly. So I guess she's doing that case for William versus Kelly. You know, Heather William. 2022L008991, a final pretrial order due on Allen versus Leonard, 18 CV 07163 on November 11, 2022, and in Pellin expert discovery deadline for Moret and versus Gaviria, 18 CV 02342 on November 4th. These are just a few imminent deadlines and do not include several other disposition and hearing over the next few weeks. Number 8, finally, and significantly, yesterday, the government produced a letter to counsel for Kelly's related to Dr. Darrell Turner testimony at trial, which require additional research and may warrant additional motion that were not previously contemplated. Number 9, the government has no objection to this request and requests until December 6, 2022 to file their response to the motion. Number 10, for the foregoing reason, undersigned counsel respectively requests until November 15 to file post-trial motion. Respectively submitted, Ashley Cohen, Bonjing Law, PLLC. All right, so they're asking for extension to the 15th to file the post-trial motion for Mr. Kelly. And then on the other note, it looks like Ashley has submitted her appearance for the appellate hearing as well. Let me just pull that up for you guys. Just a moment. Just a moment, let me sign in. Okay, it says here that the notice of appearance as additional counsel for Robert Sylvester Kelly filed on October 25th by CM, and its appearance for Ashley Cohen to appear. She was added. Let me just read this for you. Just 1 second. That computer's kind of slow in bringing this up. All right. It says here, appellate notice of appearance for substitution, additional, and amicus counsel, U.S. versus Kelly. The case number, Ashley Cohen, Bonjing Law Group. And it gave their phone number and Ashley's email address. And it says appearance for appellate Robert Kelly. And it says additional counsel with co-counsel Jennifer Bonjing. So they added her on as co-counsel for Mr. Kelly's case. Okay. All right, guys. That is the update for that. That was done on the 25th of October. Yeah, the 25th of October. There's no, you can't have appeal for Chicago, for the Illinois case until the sentencing. The sentence is not until February 23rd. Or is it the 24th? It's one of those, February 23rd, I think. So you won't be able to have the an appeal until then. And don't forget, guys, I will be in Chicago for the state's hearing for Mr. Kelly. You're welcome, Toria. When you think the New York appeal is going to take place? Oh, the briefing is on December the 20th. I gave that update a couple of months ago, but the briefing for the Illinois appeal is on the 20th of December. That's when they have to submit it in. So Ashley's on that as well, just in case Jennifer is not able to be there. If any filing has to be done, she'd probably be the one to do it. Because remember, Jennifer is on a trial right now. I believe that's one of the reasons why she shut her channel down, her YouTube channel, no, not YouTube, her Twitter, so she could concentrate on her case. She has a lot of cases that she's doing right now. So that that is what information I have for you guys right now. Any more questions before I get my butt off this live? Any more questions? You're welcome, Toria. Yes, go ahead and hit the like button, guys. You're in here trying getting information. Why not hit the like button? I'm saving y'all time and money. I'm saving you money from having to go pull the paces, right? So you might as well hit the like button for me. It's funny you said that, Rob. It's funny you said that Twitter is going to be missed. Now it's going to be missed since Elon Musk owns it. There will be many lies on there. So what was the info on New York appeals? You said you had. I just told you. The update is that Ashley was added on. I read it to you. It's the only update I have on there. She was added on the 25th of October. Yeah, she was added on, but yeah, I don't think there was anything else because I know that they were supposed to add on. Yeah, there's nothing else that has been updated on that case. Nothing else. And the stuff that was added on, they sealed it. So there's nothing else for me to talk about on that one. That's what I said. They are in the bushes. Hit the like button, take the info, run into their channel with it. Yep, that's what happened. Oh, I was just giving an update, Lady G. You can rewind. It's just more of information, updated information in regarding to the Illinois deadline and things like that. Who's Ashley? You don't know who Ashley is, Sally? She's the one of your attorneys that was that's on Jennifer's team. I took plenty of pictures of them, Diane and Ashley, along with Jennifer. If you look at some of my old lives, I took their picture. Ashley's the one that's blonde, the blonde-haired young lady. Yeah. And all those who wants to know how Mr. Kelly is doing, he's doing well. He's still limping. His ankle is still hurting. So keep him in prayer. And I think it's because, when you have diabetes, it kind of it's hard. The healing process takes a little longer. And I know one thing is that your leg and your feet, and this is from personal experience, what I experienced, you feel a lot of pain in your leg and your feet. I know that. Now they haven't had an injury, but I can imagine him having an injury and how that hurts, So I could imagine if he's not getting the proper care. Yeah, she has Ashley and she has Diane on her team, and she has a guy too. And there was a couple of other people that came during the trial. They came there and they was helping out. I'm feeling it right now. Yeah. Guys, how you guys sending your letters and your what do you call it? Your cards. Remember, white envelope. And I am told that Mr. Kelly reads it. He said he has a lot of letters that he's reading one at a time. So guys, don't forget about him, especially during the holidays. Thanksgiving is coming up, Christmas is coming up, and things like that. So just try to send him some encouraging thoughts and things like that. Cards. Remember, white envelope. Get the simplest card. Go to Dollar Tree. You get the simplest card so it doesn't have all that glitter, all that, elevated card function, all that. Just get them plain card. If you want to get something with blank in it, try to make sure that your handwriting is legible. Try to print. Don't do all that cursive writing because, some of you guys probably have horrible handwriting like me. And it's hard for somebody to decipher what you're writing, let alone being dyslexic. So try to do something neat. Print it. You know what I mean? Something encouraging. No complaining, y'all. Don't complain. Don't talk about anybody. Just something nice, something uplifting. Something like that. But I am told that he does read. He has a lot of letters that he has that you guys have been sending. And don't forget those who your handwriting is terrible too. Don't forget the art supplies, y'all. Remember, he's doing a lot of artistic drawing. To get those color pencils kit or the pad, I need to add, where's Alan, y'all? Let me see if I can get Alan in here. Alan would be able to tell us what to get as an artist. Hold on. Let's see if Mr. Alan, if you're here in the bushes, please hit the link. Mr. Allen, I have to do my little commercial with Mr. Allen. Mr. Allen, if you're here, Portrait Design, can you please hit the link and let us know, as an artist, what is the best thing that we can get as supporters that we can send through Amazon? You remember, y'all, you can't send it directly to him. You have to send it from the publishing of places like Amazon or the book company. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all. If you have magazine subscription or magazine, he did request magazines. Yes, he did request magazines. I forgot to tell y'all that. I forgot. Magazines. If you can, I wouldn't suggest to get a subscription yet because you don't know where he's going to be, because he's only here until sentencing. So you don't know when they're going to transfer him to wherever he's going. But magazine is what he needs. So you can just go to that publisher and get that one article, that month's article or whatever, and have it sent to him. Send it for Christmas or something like that. Magazine, because he can always share it with other inmates, or it's not that it's going to be too many magazines. So sports, okay, I did ask. Sports magazine, magazine that has to do with, I think he said outer space or something like that. Stuff for men. When men like cars, like something that has motorcycles, men help. Rob, do you know what kind of magazine men like? Rob, you're the only man I see in here. That's why I was asking you. Magazines about cigars? Oh, yeah, magazines about cigars. Are you saying asking? You asking, can you see? I don't know nothing about sending cigars. I don't know about sending cigars. All I know, he asked for magazines. He did ask for magazines. So if you guys could send magazine through the publisher, through Amazon or something like that. Yeah, but I don't think they'll let him get those. Oh, Rob, no, I am not talking. What the heck is wrong with that dude? Rob, what's wrong with you? I would never even think about stuff like that, Rob. You see, y'all, look at this man. Look what he said. Look what Rob said, y'all. Look. Yeah, but I don't think they'll let him. Y'all, look at him. Yes, Sports Illustrated. Thank you, Larry. Larry, thank you for popping up and helping sister out. Because Rob is just being naughty. Like even a magazine, even like say somebody wants to fix things up. Like a fixer-upper type of thing, like hobbies type of space astronaut stuff. I don't know. Basketball. But remember, it's not, yes, basketball definitely. Remember, it's not just him. Remember, he may be sharing it with other people and they like different things. So those who knows what men like, other than the nasty stuff. We're not doing the nasty stuff, okay? And not the nasty stuff. Let's stay away from the nasty stuff. But y'all know, come on. Y'all know. Thank you, Larry. But it has to come directly from the publishing companies, Football, something on football, cars, cars, even Ebony Essence. Yeah, Ebony Essence, cars. Let's see, fishing. Like there might be somebody who like to fish, and they want to know about different things of fishing. Let me see what else men like. I was trying to kill some time. Let what's the name in here? My Mr. Artist. He probably knocked out. He did say my stuff is finished. He said my he did say my artwork was done. Hip Hop Magazine. Yeah. Oh, okay, Rob. Now you're coming up with some good stuff. Even like music. Let me see. I'm looking on the internet now. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. What's the best men magazine? That's what I'm looking up. Reader's Digest. Yes, that's a magazine. Men's Journal. That's a magazine. Alpha Male. Travel Leisure. Oh, Travel Leisure. Let's see. Yes. Success. That's another one. Men Journal, of course, that. Business. That's another good one. Let's see. Esquire. GQ. Duh. GQ, of course. Entrepreneur. Let's see what else is there. Black Journal. Men's Health. The Time Magazine. Oh, guys, it's a whole bunch. Time Magazine. Newsweek. Let's see. I'm giving y'all some ideas of different ones. Those who wants to send a magazine. Legend. Forbes. Ring. The Ring. National Geographic. Okay, we did say Forbes. We did say Legend. We said GQ. Inc. 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 magazine. Sports Illustrated. Somebody mentioned that one. Wired. That's another one. Life magazine. That's one. Variety magazine. Let's see what else. We got Legend. We got that. We got Forbes. We said Entrepreneur. Okay, that's it so far. That's all. Yeah, that's all I have so far. I went inside the thing and look at these. Men's Health, Men's Journal, Esquire. Esquire is another one. Let's see. I did Men's Health. You did that. Okay, that's it. All the other ones we don't want. We're not trying to get that one. We're not trying to get that one. We'll stick away from that one. Fit for Life is a magazine. Men's Health. I know they got to have a magazine that has something to do with Oh, there is one. It's called Handyman, Family Handyman. That's a magazine. It's Taste of Home. It has Handyman. Yeah, Handyman. It is. It's called Family Handyman. That's a new do it yourself, custom do it DIY, do it yourself. People magazine. Yep, us. So those are some magazine ideas and thoughts like that. So you can National Geographic. I said that one already. I said that. So that's it. Yeah, I mentioned that already, Claudine. I mentioned about the um the art supplies. I did that one. I talked about that already. That we could send. Food and wine. Food and wine. That's another one. Classic cars. That's another one. Cars and drivers. Popular mechanic. Popular mechanic is another one. Let's see what else. Fortune 500 is another one. Motor trend. That's another one. Golf is one. The fisherman one. In fisherman. That's what this one that's called. Smithsonian is another one. Um, Muscle Machine. That's a one about cars. Like old cars. Rolling Stone. That's another one. Golf Digest. Hot Rod. Scientific American. There's some good ones in here, y'all. Jet Magazine. Yeah, thank you. And PL Slate. Jet Magazine. I'm just giving y'all just different ones. Wrestling. I don't know if anybody want to do that one. Let's see. Cooks. That's another one. Deer and deer hunting. This old house. You never know. Somebody might want to start doing design. I don't know. Reader's Digest. Let's see. The New Yorker. Fly Fisherman. Slam. That's what this. It has to do with basketball. Boating. There's Speedway. That's for racing. Florida Sportsman. That has to do with fishing. There's a lot of them out here, y'all. There's a lot of magazines that they can subscribe to. RV, that's another one. Fine Home Building. Baseball Digest. I don't know if you want to do guns, but tennis. Inquirer. Sportsman. I don't know about handguns. F100. We got a whole bunch. Popular woodworking. Wood carving. It's a lot. There's a lot of them out here. I'm just giving you different options that you could think of. And yachting, American Road, classic motorsports. Tactical life. No, that's with guns. I don't know. I'm staying away from the guns ones. Silverback. That's with the car with football. Racers, all kind of bike racing. Let's see. Motorsports, we did that one already. Relax. Sports and Field. Somebody said that. Yeah, you said Field and Stream. Fish Alaska. Kit Plane. Somebody want to start doing some building of planes. I don't know. They have one with the different sports, y'all. The Giants Insider. The Dolphins. Link. Hunt Alaska. Paddling. The Niners, 49ers. Cross country skiers. Southern boating. Got all kinds of stuff in here. woodwork. Well, y'all get the drift of what I'm saying. Something that men would like. Y'all get it. Y'all get it. Scott notification. Hey, Spitfire. I was just giving them an update on what's Mr. Kelly case. They're asking for an extension of time on his post-trial motion, and they're asking for it to be submitted on the 15th because Jennifer has a couple of cases and a couple of deadlines that she has to meet, so she's not going to be able to make it on the 1st. And Ashley is going to show up and play in her place on Tuesday the 1st, where Robert's supposed to go before the judge. And also, I read the filing for the appeal, which the briefing is due on the 20th of December. So they're asking for the extension on that, and that's it. And I was telling them about the Men magazine. I was saying that Mr. Kelly would like some magazines. So anybody who was interested in getting him some magazine, then I was just calling out different names of different magazines that they can order from and get them a subscription. YouTube is tripping because I don't get notification for Sylvia. When there's a lot of things that's happening with my YouTube, my subscribers being deleted and removed. People contacting me and telling me that they didn't unsubscribe to me, but their subscription for my channel has been removed. There's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff that's happening with them. And I was also telling them, Spitfire, to send him a card, since the holidays are coming. And it would be nice for, send those Thanksgiving card, Christmas card, whatever type of card that they desire to send him. And because he is reading those letters that people have sent him. And if anyone wants to get this art supply, he is drawing. Because I did see one of the drawings at court. He gave it to the attorney. I know Ashley got a drawing, and then another drawing was given for Joycelyn. So I know that for a fact that he is drawing. Oh, so that's what's happening. They changed the format. So that's the update. So that is the update. And remember, if you do get a subscription, don't make it too long. Get it for like 6 months subscription, because he will be moving from that facility. That's not going to be where he's going to be at. So I would suggest that you just get him if you're going to do subscription. If not, just get him month by month. But if you get a subscription, get only a 6-month subscription, because I don't think they're going to forward his stuff over to where he's going. I doubt it. Somebody else is going to get that stuff. Y'all, let me tell you something. You know how you get those little mailers with the perfume? Well, Dallas has an account with Ulta, right? And they send the little perfume sample. Oh my God, y'all. Gucci has a perfume that's called Floral. Oh my God, it smells so good. If y'all want to give me a Christmas present, that would be a nice one. It smells so good. It's nothing like perfume. It smells so good. It smells so good. Oh my God, I've been wiping it all over me. Oh my God, it smells so good. The paper's all rubbed off. I got it first dibs. You got what? First dibs. Hold on. Let me me put the picture. Come on in. Come on in. It smells so good. You know, he's not gonna move until after we don't even know if the Chicago trial is gonna happen. Hey, good evening.
You said that you got Gucci car floral, and I said I got first dibs.
Oh, you gonna try it?
No, because you said you want that for Christmas gift. I said I got first dibs, so nobody else can claim it. Somebody gonna mess around and send it first, try to get you to it. You know how the folks is.
Oh my God, this thing smells so good, y'all. I was like, oh my God. I was like, oh, this felt. Oh, you know how something just makes you like, oh.
Gloria says I love Beyonce perfume called Pulse. It smells so good. Oh, really?
I gotta try it.
You know what I hate when I buy perfume sometimes?
What?
What do I do if I drop it and the knob break off?
Oh my God, don't you hate that? Get another knob. You can order knobs from Amazon.
Perfume knobs?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like, I don't give a damn about to break this glass and pour it in another bottle. This ain't finna go to waste.
Yeah, you can buy knobs. Let's go.
Okay. But don't they come in different sizes?
Yeah, they do. But you gotta get the kind of perfume it is, and then you get the knob.
They working our nerves. They working my nerves. Working my nerves.
Mm.
Well, you've been coming on late lately. You got insomnia or something?
No, I slept today.
You slept all day?
Yeah, I haven't been feeling well lately.
You pregnant? That's what my mama used to ask me when I was younger. I stomach hurt. You pregnant? But God, dog. I was like, well, why every time my stomach hurt, can I eat something bad? God.
You are funny.
When that to be the guy, when that gonna have to take you to the ER this time?
No, I'm not going to no ER. I mean, no. I just like been feeling tired.
I have too, because I've been sleeping all day. Remember the other day I was on here, I was yarning.
Mm-hmm.
I slept all day. I have been sleeping tired. I've been tired. You know what I think it is?
What?
I think we losing vitamin D.
D?
Yeah. I think we're losing vitamin D. You know, when you get a certain age, you lose vitamin D and you don't have as much energy anymore. You know, when the sun is out and it's summertime and stuff like that, it gives you a lot of vitamin D and it gives you a lot of energy. You know how when it's bright and the sun's out, you want to get out there in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, when the sun goes down early and comes up late, you lose vitamin D and it makes you sluggish and tired longer.
Oh.
So this the weather changing is why you're tired like that. So like one cool P said, you got to take some vitamin D supplements.
Vitamin D, okay.
Yeah, you got to take some vitamin D, some or multivitamin or something. You got to replace that. And see, it normally happens when you get, your age. I ain't gonna say our age.
No, she said she had some oxtail today.
Oh, who did?
Toria.
Oh my. See this. Oh my goodness. Y'all know I love some oxtails. Oh my goodness. And then she gonna sit up there and had the nerve to say they was delicious. Get that off of there.
Oh, okay, hold on.
She had the nerve to say they was delicious and we ain't getting none. No, she didn't.
Cora, where your butt been? Where you been? Cora been hiding out on us. Oh man, I tell you, getting old. I've been in the house all day. I didn't work today. I didn't do anything. I just been in the house, just doing nothing.
I know. I didn't go out today because for one, I was on earlier, and like Korea, they was talking about seafood stuff, And I was like, if I go out today, I'm gonna go to that doggone seafood market and I'm gonna spend too much money. I'm not even leaving the house. I'm not even leaving. I didn't even leave the house because they was talking about. I came on early. They was talking about crab legs and they was talking about all kinds of stuff, making me hungry.
Who was talking about crab legs?
The chat. And then you got Toria talking about oxtail. I'm like, y'all know y'all not finna do this. No.
Oh my gosh.
Cora's starting that stuff too.
Oh, look at it.
You know, they're gonna be calling me spitting neck bones in a minute because I do try lamb neck bones. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you're gonna have some new names.
You know I'm gonna have some. I don't give a damn. I embrace all my damn food names.
Me too.
Shoot. I told the one girl called me spitting ham hocks. I said smoke. Like my ham hock smoke. Get it together. You already said that they was good, not Toria. You already said they was good. You already got out my water. She's like, I'm gonna go get some now.
I'm not going out.
Not tonight.
And I already brushed my teeth. I'm not gonna eat nothing else tonight.
No, I ain't cooking none tonight. It's too late to cook them tonight. But I like how you cook yours. Well, I ain't gonna ask her that. Nope. I'm finna get off of here. Matter of fact, I'm finna get off of here. I'm not playing with y'all. Y'all, no. That's already holiday season and stuff. It's winter. Y'all talking about food and stuff. This is the challenging time for people.
Do you know I always go on a diet during the holidays?
I try to too. And I'm telling you, no, y'all gotta stop. And then when she said it was good, it sound like it. You can hear it in every syllable she said that in. Didn't you?
Yeah.
Like, girl.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. Folks been coming after me with that whole Diana thing.
For real?
Yeah.
You know, Diana got some fans now.
Man, I thought she was forgotten. These people coming out, don't you tell
nobody. That's like saying, let me tell you something. There's forever R. Kelly fans. There's forever Diana, Aretha, Beyonce. There are certain people that's going to have forever fans. And I'm talking millions of them.
Yeah.
Oh, spin ham hocks. Yeah, they call me spin ham hocks. They called me spitting chicken. Did y'all see my thumbnail when I had a spitting chicken that was spitting flames? Did you see that?
Mm-hmm.
You saw my thumbnail?
No, I didn't see your thumbnails, but I heard about the spitting flames.
Oh, you heard about it?
Mm-hmm.
I know they like this child is sick.
You got to embrace that stuff, you know?
I don't be caring.
Over 60. But you know what? I appreciate somebody.
We can't talk behind the scenes no more.
Why not?
I don't know, but it make people ass itch when I talk about it.
Huh?
I just did a live a few hours ago.
Uh-huh.
It make people ass itch. Obviously, if we talk behind the scenes, it make their ass itch.
Who said that?
We got to talk behind the scenes.
You what?
We got to talk behind the scenes.
Why does people butt gotta itch so somebody talk behind the scenes? I don't get it. That means if your butt itch, it means you need to wash it.
That's what I said.
Ain't got nothing to do with
that. You see that?
Yeah. But if your butt itch, that means you have not cleaned your butt.
Ain't got nothing to do with
that's the only time the butt itch. You know, kids be like scratching their booty and all of a sudden they got some brown stuff in it.
That's right. You need to wash it. Mm-hmm. Me saying good morning make people sick.
Dang.
I said, well, God damn. Sylvia, I was like, well, I just got back on. Wasn't I gone for 7 days?
Yeah, you was.
Like, people been coming at me left and right. I mean, they've been throwing blows at me. I had to get these niggas up off me.
Charlotte said
What's
nasty.
wrong with y'all?
No, Charlotte, what happened is yesterday I was playing someone, another YouTubers. They do a lot of on old celebrities, and I was playing it, and she was mentioning how Diana Ross and Michael Jackson had a relationship going on because, and they were saying that when Michael moved in, some inappropriate age thing going on. So I was just mentioning it. There was people coming in here and disagreeing, and I'm like, I'm not the one who's saying it now. I'm just giving y'all information. So, and I was like, yeah, it's a possibility, especially with that industry. Anything's possible, right? So, they were having a fit, and so I guess the people that listened to it afterwards was, coming into the chat, and then they send me messages. I'm like, Lord have mercy. Woosah. So that's what happened. And then I did get one wonderful message, and I'm gonna read it. I'm not gonna tell y'all who this person. No, I'm not gonna tell y'all the details of this email. But someone who I don't see eye to eye with, and then they don't see eye to eye with me. But they send me an encouraging message, and they told me that basically that, I'm gonna read it to y'all. Hold on. And they said, Sylvia, I haven't always agreed with you in certain situations. However, one thing for sure, two things for certain. I know you did not assault blank, 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 aka blank, blank. I don't understand Chicago Police Department and prosecution office without evidence when it's your word against hers to process this case. I was watching your blank on the, I'm not going to finish. But then at the end, they said that keep the faith and God bless you. And then they also said, if I need a witness, there'll be a witness because they witnessed it all. So it was touching.
That was nice.
Yeah.
And that was somebody that was stand up. You know what I mean? Like that was somebody that can agree to disagree. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was real. That was real talk.
Yeah, that was really, that's what it should be like. You know what I'm saying? Did anyone tell you Catherine was upset because Joe Jackson had an affair with Diana? What? Miss Tony, what?
What?
Read it. She said that Catherine was upset because Joe Jackson had an affair with Diana first. Allegedly. That's why that song is Dirty Diana.
Well, she ain't, you know what I'm saying? Diana do have affairs now.
She had quite a few. She even dated Cher's boyfriend at one point.
Yeah, she do. She will cheat and take your man and sleep with your man now.
And Charlotte said, what?
Wow. Shoot. And there ain't no alleged. Anytime you were married and your baby to a white man and your baby come out black.
Oh, that was deep, wasn't it?
That was Life. Remember that jail episode in Life when the baby came out black? And he put the baby by everybody, and everybody was like, I'm that daddy's paw. In the movie Life with Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence.
Somebody deleted your comment, Tony? It's right here. He said, why it delete? I don't know. Y'all stop deleting her stuff.
Do not believe that when she loves white men. She does, but she do have a black baby, though.
She got a couple of black babies, yeah, too.
She had a couple of black babies, though. Yeah, Diana was she was loose with that. They said allegedly. She was loose. She was real friendly with her kitty cat.
She just said she was friendly with the kitty cat.
She was friendly with her kitty cat.
Woo! She said they were friendly with the kitty cat. Kitty cat, kitty cat, kitty cat. You know what, y'all? We should do some late night, because I get all these little books on Audible. We should do some late night listening to different stories. Because a couple of people was thanking me for playing what's that guy? One that the book that the girl had, Hugh Hefner's girlfriend. I played that a couple of months ago, and people going back and reviewing.
Holly, you talk about Holly?
Yeah,
Okay.
people going back and reviewing some of those. So I do have Michael Jackson's story in here too, and I have quite a few. Maybe we could talk through these while we listen to them. That's like a late night thing. I don't know. What do y'all think? Story time. Toria says that's a good idea. Sometimes you guys are bored and y'all don't have nothing to do. Sometimes a good story is good. She said, Okay, let's see. Who do y'all want to hear about? Let's see. Think of a good person to hear about some situation.
Well, here come the spam.
Oh my God, they so jealous. Jealous. Get out of here. Go find a date somewhere because you're looking for a date. Don't go to sleep on me. Use your tongue.
I mean, this is crazy.
What you eating?
Peppermint.
I just told you we're not eating no more tonight.
I'm sucking on the peppermint. Yeah.
Who's that, Catherine?
I help with nasal passages.
You have a nasal problem going on right now?
Yeah, but I'm taking that black seed oil. When they say that black seed oil do help clear your nasal passages, they ain't never lied. I've been taking it for like 3 days now. This is my 3rd day. And I can breathe. I just take this peppermint out of habit, but this is.
So, question for you: the black seed oil. Did you get the oil or did you get the pill?
You know what? Everybody kept saying black seed oil, and they come in capsules too. I should have got the capsules. If you're gonna take it, take the capsules.
I have capsules downstairs.
You just never got them. You just never took it.
But I don't take them consistently. I need to go take them consistently.
Girl, I've been taking this for like 3 days consistently, every 12 hours. And I'm telling you, the oil I got. That's some nasty stuff. Oh my God, it's so nasty. I had put it in a smoothie, and I still can taste it. But they say it's good for you because like they say, everything good for you. That's the stuff that's nasty.
Y'all know Jerry Lee Lewis just died, right? He's the one who married his 13-year-old cousin. You know that, right?
That too, Cora. You said what?
He's the one who married his own cousin.
He ain't the first. He ain't the first. Yeah. He ain't the first.
It says here, nearly scruffled his career by marrying his 13-year-old second cousin. His third wife of 7 ran a decade-long marathon of drugs, drinking, and women. Nearly met his maker twice, suffering death of his son and 2 wives. Y'all want to hear about him? IRS raided him. Y'all want to hear?
The IRS raided Jerry Lee Lewis? Why?
I don't know.
Amazing, Charlotte. Amazing. Something amazing.
Y'all don't want to hear about his story? Y'all want to listen?
I don't know. I know what I need to do is I need to be finishing my own book.
She was 12, but they say 13 in here. You want to hear? Yeah, let's play. Let's. It's gonna be our nightly treat.
You gonna start tonight? I'm gonna go back in the bushes so I can listen.
Okay, y'all want to start listening?
All right, go ahead and play it. I'm gonna go back in the bushes.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and play.
All right.
Since he just passed away, we're gonna do this in his honor. Okay.
All right. This is how we gonna honor him, by telling his business. Well, we are bloggers, aren't we?
Okay, y'all. We're gonna start our storytelling now. Hold on a second, y'all.
All right, I'm finna go back in the chat.
All right.
All right.
All right, y'all ready? Hold on.
His Own Story by Rick Bragg. Read by John Pruden.
Here we go, y'all.
They sow the wind and reap the whirlwind. Hosea 8:7. If I exercise my devils, well, my angels may leave too. Tom Waits. Introduction. Jolson in the River. The Black River and the Mississippi, 1945. The party boats churned up the big river from New Orleans and down from Memphis and Vicksburg, awash in good liquor and listing revelers who dined and drank and danced to tied down pianos and whole brass bands, as their captains skirted Concordia Parish on the way to some place brighter. The passengers were well-off people mostly, the officer class home from Europe and the Pacific, and tourists from the Peabody, Roosevelt, and Monteleone, clinking glasses with planters and oilmen who had always found riches in the dirt the poorer men could not see. Weary of the austerity of war, of rationing and victory gardens, of coastal blackouts and U-boats that hung like sharks at the river mouth, they wanted to raise a racket, spend some money, and light up the river and the entire dull sleeping land. They floated drunk and singing past sandbars where gentlemen of Natchez once settled affairs of honor with smooth-bore pistols and good claret, and around snags and whirlpools where river pirates had lured travelers to their doom. The country people, in worn-through overalls and faded flour-sack dresses, watched from the banks of the Mississippi and Black Rivers the same way they looked through the windows of a store. In the war years, they had traded the lives of their young men for better times, but they had seen too much bad luck and broke down history to overcome with just one big war. Reconstruction, the Great Depression, and named storms and unnamed floods had left generations hunched over another man's cotton or digging in borrowed dirt, and in their faces you could read the one true thing, that sometimes all you could get of a good life was what you could see floating just out of reach, till it disappeared around a bend in the river or vanished behind a veil of flood-ravaged trees. And sometimes, hauntingly, even when a boat had passed them by, they could still hear the music drifting downriver, as if there was a song in the water itself, Dixieland or ragtime, or, before they turned away to their lives in the colorless mud, a faint, thin scrap of Jolson. Down among the sheltering palms, oh, honey, wait for me. He was still a boy then. One day, when he was 9 or 10, he stood on the levee beside his mother and father as one more party boat pushed against the current, well-dressed people laughing on deck. Safe in the middle of the Black River, they raised their glasses in a mocking toast to the family ashore. They tipped their mint juleps at us, tipped 'em up, he says, and smiles the faintest bit to prove how little it matters to him after so much time. But it mattered to the man and woman beside him. His daddy was indestructible then, gaunt, 6'4", with big, powerful hands that could squeeze weaker men to their knees, and a face that seemed drawn only in straight lines, like Dick Tracy in the funny papers. As the drunken revelers lifted their glasses of bourbon high in the air, Elmo Kid Lewis pulled the boy to his hip. "Don't worry, son," Daddy told me. "That'll be you on there someday. That'll be you." He does not know if his daddy meant it would be him up there with the rich folks, the high and mighty, or if it would be his songs they played as the boat passed by. I think maybe, he says, it was both. Elmo knew it the way he knew wading in the river would get him wet. He had seen it, he and his wife, Mamie, when his son was barely 5 years old. Seen a power take over the boy's hands and guide them across a piano he had never studied or played before. For the boy, it was, well, he did not truly know. His fingers touched the keys, and it was like he had grabbed a naked wire. But as it burned through him, it left him not scorched and scarred, but cool, calm, certain. Only God did such as that, his mama said, and his daddy bought a piano for the boy so the miracle could proceed. Finally, something worth remembering. He rests now in the cool dark of his bedroom and lets it draw at the old poisons in him like a poultice. He is a swaggering man by nature, but for a moment there is no strut in him. Mama and Daddy, he says, believed in me. He tried to pay them back with houses and land and Cadillacs. Money makes the mare trot, Mama always said, but the debt will never be settled. The piano, the weight of it, tilted the world. He still has it, that first piano, the wood cracked and buckled, deep grooves worn in its keys, in a dim hallway in a house where gold records and other awards pile like old newspapers or lean against a wall. He pauses before the ruined piano now, and then taps a single key, but what he hears is different from what other people do. The boat that taunted them is a ghost ship now. The old songs sank beneath the water. Elmo's boy, scoured by a worldly hell and toasted by kings, is still here. In the summers of 2011 and 2012, I listened in the quiet gloom of his bedroom as he told me what was worth remembering. He told me some of the rest of it, too, when he felt like it, for as long as he felt like it. He remembered it as it pleased him. That does not mean he always remembered it the same way twice, but day after day I was reminded of a line I once read. It was like any life, really, but with the dull parts taken out. It was odd, though, how he could see the boy on that levee so much clearer than he could see all the long life in between, like he was looking across that wide river again, at himself. Before he rocked them, before the first piano bench went hurling across the stage and first shock of yellow hair tumbled into his snarling, pretty face, and the first spellbound, beautiful girl stared up from the footlights in unmistakable intent, he played Stick McGee songs for Coca-Cola money from the back of his daddy's beat-up flatbed Ford and sang Hank Williams before he knew what a heartache was. Before Memphis, before he took them from the VFW and convention halls to a place they'd not been even in a fever dream, before preachers and parliament damned him for corrupting the youth of their nations, before he made Elvis cry, he listened to the Grand Ole Opry on his mother's radio, the battery she saved all week till Saturday night finally fading to nothing at the end of a Roy Acuff song. Before Bedlam, before he stacked money and hit records to the sun and blazed up, up, to come smoking to earth only to rise and fall and rise again. Before he outlasted almost all of his kind and proved on 10,000 stages that no amount of self-destruction could smother his voice or quiet the thunder in his left hand. Before John Lennon knelt and kissed his feet, he performed his first solo in the Texas Avenue Assembly of God, then hid under a table in Haney's Big House to see people grind to the Gut Bucket Blues. Before any of it, before the first needle and first million pills, before the first coffin passed him by, he walked a high bridge rail like a tightrope between the bluffs of Natchez and the Louisiana side, laughing, loving the scare it threw into mortals below. A lifetime later, he rode across the same bridge and looked down to the muddy water of the Mississippi, to barges long as a football field. From up there, they looked like toys in a bathtub. I must have been crazy, says Jerry Lee Lewis. But if he was, it was just the beginning. The weather seems different now from when he was a boy. The air so hot and thick, the sky looks almost white. The afternoon thunderstorms that have shaken this land across generations now hang hostage in that cotton-colored sky, leaving the air wet and steaming, but the fields dry as parchment for weeks, a thing the old people attribute to the end of days. But the end of days has been coming here for a long, long time. I wonder what it's like to die. I guess they give you shots and stuff to help you with the pain. I don't really know, he says softly, as Ida Lupino and Beware My Lovely roll across a muted television screen. Probably you just drift off to another world. I don't know what that world will be like. I like to think it's heaven. Can you imagine me in heaven? Imagine the orchestra we'd have. He tosses a macadamia nut in his mouth, unscrews an Oreo, takes a long swig of purple soda, and ponders that. Oh man, what a band. I want to go 24 hours a day. Won't never get tired. Won't never stop. He has never believed the grave is the end of a man, and that has been his torture. The greater part of a man walks in glory or burns. There's no real in-between, not in the assembly of God. Across his life, he has proclaimed on a rolling basis the kind of man he considers himself to be, shifting from world-class sinner to penitent, sometimes in the space of a single song. Now his choice seems finally made. I am warned by members of his family, before I even enter his presence, that he abides no cursing, no blasphemy. He will live the rest of his life, he hopes, without offending God. He tithes. He blesses his food and prays at night the Lord his soul to take. He knows the Holy Ghost is as real as a pillar of fire. He believes, as always, in the God of Texas Avenue and knows he has sinned greatly, deeply. But his God is a God of miracles and redemption, and in this case, that might amount to about the same thing. I did a lot of thinking about that. Still think about it real heavy. I sure don't want to go to hell. If I had my life to live over, I would change a lot of things, he says, not for the approval of man, but for the grace of God. I believe I would. I'd probably not do a lot of things that I've done. Jesus says, "Be thou perfect, even as my Father in heaven is perfect." But my Lord, I'm only human, and humans tend to forget. I don't want to die and my soul go to hell. There is a hell, he says. The Bible plainly speaks of it, very big time. The fire never quenches, the worm never dies, the weeping and wailing and gnashing of teeth, the lake of fire. But he can bear that, he believes, better than the rest of it. I just want to meet them, meet all my people that I have ever lost in the New Jerusalem, he says. I often wonder about that. God says you will know as you are known, and if you don't see them there, it will be as if you never knew them. That's awful. It worries me. The notion that if he is cast down, it will be to his people, even his children, as if he had never lived. That's heavy, ain't it? The answer is written in the book of life for me, he says, and the heat in his eyes tell you this is not mere rhetoric, but deadly serious. Can a man play rock and roll music and go to heaven? That's the question. It's something that won't be known, that I won't know till I pass away. I think so, but it don't matter what I think, and I will take all the prayer I can get. The question almost pulled him apart as a younger man. Elvis, who would understand the question perhaps better than any other man, was haunted by it too. Jerry Lee would have liked to talk with him about it, but Elvis hurried away, face white as bone. And then he left this world, leaving Jerry Lee to grow old with it alone. The thing he has come to believe, to hope, is that whatever happens in this life or beyond is not purely the music's fault. People blamed the music for everything. It's not the devil's music, he says, sick and tired as he would be of any pretender, any hanger-on. He is almost 80 years old now. He knows what he has wrought. It's rock and roll. the devil was no troubadour. The theater of it all, the convenient women and bottomless liquor and jet plane parties, the whipped-out knives and waistband pistols and bags of blues and yellows might have drawn the devil like green flies, but the devil never called a tune or found a chord, not even in the nastiest blues or most whiskey-soaked cheatin' songs or any other music that moved a waitress to wiggle her hips or a farm boy to dance in his socks or a notary public to shake the hot rollers out of her head. My talent, he says, comes from God. Mamie tried to tell them, even as she worried where it would all end. I can lift the blues off people, he says. He did some meanness, God knows he did. But the music, funny how it turned out, was the purest part. Mama's cooking chicken fried in bacon grease. The only piano player in the world, he says. Come along, boys, just down the road a piece, to wear out his shoes. In the twilight of his life, in the late nights of the here and now, he sometimes still wonders, did I lead them people down the right way? But he did not take the people anywhere they were not ready to go. Even in the most barren times, when cigarette smoke hung like tear gas in mean little honky-tonks, and he might have missed a step on his way to the stage, he gave them something they were looking for. People say a lot of things about him. Talk about me like a dog, he says. But few people can say he did not put on a show. They talk about seeing him and grin and shake their heads like they got caught doing something. Like someone saw their car parked outside a no-tell-motel in the harsh light of day. They grin and talk about it, not like a thing they witnessed, but like a thing they lived through, a meteorite or a stampede. It usually started without fanfare. He just walked out there, often when the band was in the middle of a song, and he took a seat. Give me my money and show me the piano, he often said of how the experience would begin. But it ended like an M80 in a mailbox with such a holy mother of a crack and bang that 50 years later, an old man in a Kiwanis haircut and an American flag lapel pin will turn red to his ears and say only, Jerry Lee Lewis. I saw him in Jackson. Ooh, boy. Joe Folks, a Tennessee lawyer, likes to tell about the time in the mid-1980s when he heard Jerry Lee do 4 hours at his piano without a break, after he was already supposed to have been dead at least twice. We all went to see him at the dance hall at 100 Oaks in Nashville, he recalls. They called it a dance hall because it was better than calling it a beer joint. Jerry Lee showed up looking a little worn and pale and started off slow. It was kind of gradual, like watching a jet taking off. But he played and he played and he played, and it was 3 o'clock in the morning before he got done. He kind of got his color back after a while. By 2:30 in the morning, he was looking good. He played every song I'd ever heard in my life, including Jingle Bells and the Easter Bunny song, and it was July. It was the best concert I'd ever been to. I saw Elvis. I saw James Brown. He was the best. There was rockabilly, there was Elvis, but there was no pure rock and roll before Jerry Lee Lewis kicked in the door, says Jerry Lee Lewis. Some historians may debate that, but there was no one like him, just the same. Even the ones who claimed to be first, who claimed to be progenitors, borrowed it from some ghost who vanished in the haze of a delta field or behind the fences of a prison farm. People who played with him across the years say he can conjure 1,000 songs and play each one 7 ways. He can make your high-heel sneakers shake the floorboards, or lift you over the rainbow, or kneel with you at the old rugged cross. He can holler, "Hold on, I'm coming," or leave you at the house of blue lights. Or he can just be still, his legend, the legend of rock and roll, already cut into history in sharper letters than the story of his life. Sam Phillips of Sun Records, a man who snagged lightning 4 or 5 times, called him the most talented man I ever worked with, black or white. One of the most talented human beings to walk God's earth. I was perfect, he says, at one time. Once I was pretty well perfect when I hit that stage. On another man, such a claim would wear like a loud suit, a plaid sport coat or polka dot tie. On Jerry Lee Lewis, it sounds almost like understatement. Roland Janes, the great guitar man on so many Sun record hits, once said that not even Jerry Lee knows how good he is. He knows. He likes to use the word stylist when referring to some of the musical greats who came before. It is his highest compliment. A stylist is a performer, not necessarily a songwriter, yet still a creator, who can take a thing that has been done before and make it new. I am a stylist, he explains. I can take a song I hear on the radio, and make it my song. He can remember the first time he felt that power, too. I was 15 years old. Back then I played the piano all day, and then at night, I'd lay in bed and think about what I'd play the next day. And I see records that was out there, see the way they were going, and I just thought that I could beat it. Back then I was playing the skating rink in Natchez on this old upright piano. I remember it wasn't in very good shape, and I played everything. I played Jimmy Rogers, Hank Williams, Boogie Woogie, and I turned it all into something else. What did I turn it into? Why, I made it rock and roll. He made it roll and thump in the spaces between the plaintive lyrics, a thing of rhythm impossible to describe in words. The girls crowded around me and the boys got all upset and wanted to start a fight, but before long everybody was loving it. I can see him now, and it was love, pure love. I loved it, and they loved it. That don't come around too often, I don't believe. And it wasn't just the song they loved, it was the way. At first he was struck by the power, at the rapt faces, the heaving chests, but did not marvel at it for long. If you know you can do a thing, he says, then you ain't never surprised. He is not, even with the years tearing at him, a soft man. His body has been hammered by hard living, and scoured by chemicals, and pain-racked by arthritis and most of the ailments of Job. But now he is rallying again, with clean living and that mysterious thing he has always had cloaked around him, something beyond science. He is still a good-looking man. His hair faded from gold to silver. He still records and fills concert halls in the United States and Europe, though he admits it is sometimes all he can do to finish a show. Young women still push to the edge of the stage and try to follow him back to his hotel room. Now it is his prerogative to tell them no, because the shows exhaust him. What a sorry thing, a rotten choice for a good-looking rock and roll singer to have to make. If I was 51, he says, they'd have to hide the women. He lives near the river still, south of Memphis in the low flat green of North Mississippi, on a ranch with a piano-shaped swimming pool, behind a gate with a piano on the wrought iron bars. Here the living history of rock and roll sits unrepentant to any living man. And even as he tells you his life story, he seems to care little what you think. I ain't no goody-goody, he says, the Louisiana bottomland still thick on his tongue. And I ain't no phony. I never pretended to be anything, and anything I ever did, I did it wide open as a case knife. I've lived my life to the fullest, and I had a good time doing it, and I ain't never wanted to be no teddy bear. He has been honored by state legislatures and dog-cussed over clotheslines. He has disowned children and walked away from wives and girlfriends. Even in the age of DNA, none has challenged his actions, and does not much care that his life and his choices might not make sense to other people. I did what I wanted, he says. He lived in the moment, unconcerned what those moments would add up to in the eyes of men. Other people, he says, just wish they could have done what I done. He is unconcerned with worldly redemption. He has bigger worries than that. He has played over 7 decades, from pubs to palladiums, from soccer stadiums to Hernando's Hideaway in the Memphis suburbs, for thousands or hundreds or less, because even when there was no one to play for but a handful of drunks or hangers-on, there was still the talent. And when you have a jewel, you do not hide it in a sock drawer. Raw and wild in the 1950s, almost forgotten in the mid-60s, a honky-tonk chart topper by the early 70s, and a Rolls-Royce wrecking, jet plane buying crazy man in the late 70s and 80s, he always played. He absorbed scandal. Rolling Stone virtually accused him of murder, and played when he could barely stand. He spent 2 decades wandering the wilderness, over-medicated, set upon by the taxman, divorce lawyers, everything but a reign of toads. There were more fights and pills and liquor and car crashes and women and discharge of firearms, accidental and on purpose, than a mortal man could be expected to survive, but he played. I approached him with great anticipation and one reservation as to getting shot. People told me he was mercurial. Some said he was crazy. He shot his bass player, they said. Why not shoot a book writer? Instead, across the days, he was mostly gracious and asked about my mother. I hit this one guy in the face with the butt of the microphone stand, he tells me, as he eats a vanilla ice cream float. He actually hit 4 or 5 that way. He remains willing to take a swing at a man who offends him and suffer the prospect that some drunk redneck half his age will not care he is living history and knock him slap out. His bedroom door is reinforced with steel bars. I started to ask about that, but decided I did not need to. He still has a loaded long-barreled pistol behind a pillow, a small arsenal in a dresser drawer, and a compact black automatic on a bedside table. Holes in a bedroom wall and an armoire prove that all that has come to claim him in the night, ghosts, bad dreams, or time itself, has been dealt with violently. A Bowie knife sticks in one door. A dog sleeps between his feet. A chihuahua, but it bites. He has, in old age, a stiff-necked and, all things being relative, sober dignity, but do not say he is growing old gracefully, any more than an old wolf will stop gnawing at his foot in a steel trap. It is harder, even now, to explain what he is than what he is not. He is not wistful, except in the rarest moments, and does not act wounded. He just gets mad. He does not swim in regret, even when he walks between the graves of 2 sons and most of the people he has ever loved. 6 marriages ended in ashes, 2 of them in coffins. He believes he is due some things, but not the right to whine. A man like him forfeits that. A Southern man, a real one, not these modern ones who have never been in a fight with a jealous husband or changed a tire or shot a game of pool outside the church basement, does not whine anyway. It didn't bother me none, or I didn't think much about it, he often says when talking about things that would have torn another man down to his shoes. Then he would physically turn away. In time, I came to understand that remembering, if you are him, is like playing catch with broken glass. His friends and closest kin, most of them, are protective of him now, always polishing his legend. They will fight you if you question his generosity, or the goodness that they assert shines just beneath his more public persona. He has played benefit after benefit for charity, even when he himself was busted, or nearly so. That does not mean he does not expect to get his way, almost all the time. He don't jump on top of the piano anymore, said guitar picker Kenny Lovelace, who played 3 feet away from him for 45 years. But still, he walks out there and sits down, and you know the killer is here. I was born to be on the stage, says the man himself. I couldn't wait to be on it. I dreamed about it. And I've been on one all my life. That's where I'm the happiest. That's where I'm almost satisfied. He knows that is what musicians say, what a musician in his twilight is supposed to say. I really do love it, he says in a way that warns you not to doubt him. You have to give up a lot. It's hard on family, on your women, on the people that loves you. I picked the dream. Even if it was worn and scarred, or hidden in some raggedy place at the end of a gravel road, or protected by chicken wire, he would drive 600 miles, even club a man with a microphone to possess it. And for much of his life, he gave his fans more than they paid for. Gave it to them slow and soulful and fast and hard, till the police came clawing through the auditorium doors, refusing to relinquish the stage even as other rock and roll idols, including the great Chuck Berry, waited helpless and seething in the wings. In Nashville, 300 frenzied girls in the National Guard Armory tore his clothes off his body, down to my drawers, and he grumbles about it to this day, about all those crazed, adoring women because they cut short a song, dragged him off the stage, and cut short the show. The dream is why, when news of his marriage to his 13-year-old cousin Myra caused promoters and some fans to turn away and his rocket ship to sputter, when scandal and changing times caused record sales to sag. He filled 2 Cadillacs with musicians and equipment and went on the road. He played big rooms at first, then dives or beer joints where he had to fight for his money or fight his way out the door. But he played, fueled by Vienna sausages, whiskey, and uppers, and the next day he rolled out of some little motel, said goodbye to women without names, and drove all day and into the night to play again. Others became footnotes, vanished. He fought, tore at it, one motel room, one bottle, one pill, one song at a time. And it is why, in the early days of his stardom, he would come back on stage when the house was dark and the door chained shut to play some more. Other musicians on the bill, ones who would be legends too, trickled back to the stage to sing with him for that one last encore to the empty seats. I want to be remembered as a rock and roll idol, in a suit and tie or blue jeans and a ragged shirt. It don't matter. As long as the people get that show, that's what counts, he says. It covers up everything. Any bad thought anyone ever had about you goes away. Is that one that married that girl? Well, forget about it. Let me hear that song. Hank Williams taught him this, and he never even met the man. It takes their sorrow, and it takes mine. He looks across the arc of bad boy rockers who have come after him and laughs out loud. Amateurs, pretenders, and whistle britches held together with hairspray. But worse, they were not true musicians, not troubadours, who lived on the road and met the people where they lived. He crashed 12 Cadillacs in 1 year and played the Apollo. With racial hatred burning in the headlines, the audience danced in the seats to a white boy from the bottomland, backed by pickers who talked like Ernest Tubb. James Brown kissed me on the cheek, he says. Top that. In recent years, he has recorded 2 new albums, both critically acclaimed, and both made the top 100. He did them between hospital visits, viral pneumonia, a stabbing recurrence of his arthritis in his back, neck, and shoulders, never in his hands, and broken bones in his leg and hip have left him in pain and unable to travel or even sit for more than a few minutes for much of the past few years. But even at his lowest, of course, Jerry Lee was merely between resurrections. In March 2012, he married for the 7th time to 62-year-old Judith Brown, a former basketball star who had been married to his former wife's little brother. She had come to help care for him when he was sick. To make the proverbial long story short, he got better. I didn't mean to fall in love with him, she says, but they married and honeymooned in Natchez, near the bridge he walked as a boy. By late summer 2013, he was back playing gigs in Europe, booking studio time in Los Angeles, buying a new Rolls-Royce and stopping for Sonic cheeseburgers before driving Judith's Buick 100 miles an hour down Interstate 55. The laws of Tennessee, Mississippi, Louisiana, and the United States of America have never much applied. Once, while mulling over a difficult question, he muttered, "This feller's about to get shot." And I thought, well, I'm dead. It was only Gunsmoke he was watching over my shoulder. He'd seen it all before, and he knew what happened next. "You know, you can load that .357 with 38 shells, I told him, and you won't blow such deep holes in things." I waited a few flat, silent seconds, knowing I had wasted my breath. "No," he finally said, "I don't think I'll do that." One afternoon, near the end of it, I told him why I wanted to write his story. I was born in the South in a time of tail fins, when young men with their hair slicked back with rose hair oil and blast furnace scars on their necks and arms would thunder down the blacktop with his music pouring from the windows. The great Hank Williams lifted their hearts with lovesick blues and became a kind of sin eater for their lives and pain. "That's it," says Jerry Lee. "Hank got them up off their knees, and Jerry Lee got them to dancing. They loved Elvis, too, but there was a softness in him, a kind of beauty the men did not understand. They got Jerry Lee. He was a balled-up fist, a swinging tire iron. Many people, aunts and uncles, rode 10 to a car to see him in Birmingham's Boutwell Auditorium in 1964. I was a wild buck then, said John Couch, who made tires at Goodyear, and he embarrassed me. His wife, Jo, was scandalized. They got all over Elvis for shaking one leg. Jerry Lee shook everything. Juanita Fair, a bird-like member of the Congregational Holiness Church, remembers just one thing and has to whisper. He played piano with his rear end. They drove home to pipe shops, furnaces, and cotton sacks, somehow lighter than when they left. I told him this one afternoon as heroes sang to their horses and bad men reached for the sky. I did it for them, he says, though a great deal of the time he did it for him, because without the music I had come to believe he would just cease to be, like cutting through the drop cord on an electric fan. In the still, awful nothing, he is just like everyone else. But it was still a fine thing to say. The point is, when he talked about lifting the blues off people, I knew it to be true. In the past, in telling his story, he pretty much cussed out the world. It was like the story of his life was a record warped and stuck on the wrong speed, but left on anyway to howl, groan, and hiss. He was, he admits, often a little bit drunk or mad in those days, and he put people on to watch them twitch or swing on the gallows of his temper and moods. Even today, it can seem that the only people he truly trusts with his legacy are the ones who knocked over seats as they lunged to their feet in the city auditorium, who got their money's worth in the Choctaw Casino, or who begged him for one last song in some airport hotel lounge. Only they will remember him right. I look at the faces, he says. I look out there, and I know I've given them something, boy, something they did not know was out there in this world. And I know they won't forget me. In the dark of his room, the rock and roll singer watches himself on the big screen television, watches himself in 50-year-old black and white do that song about shaking that conquered the world, watches the power in that young, dangerous man. He sees the man stab the keys and kick away the bench and lift the audience from its seats to come swarming, twisting, jumping on stage, to close in a tight circle around his grand piano, all of them shaking and twitching like he has them on a stick or a string or a jerking rubber band. He sees him vault on his young legs to the lid of the piano as if some outside force just threw him there, as the other young people snatch at him, at his hair, at the hems of his garments. The boys seem about to lose control of themselves and break something or turn over some cars. The women, jerking and sobbing, seem about to faint or die or embarrass their mamas. As he watches, the old man's toes tap, tap, tap in time, and his fingers play the air. Grrr, he says in duet with the young man, and grins wickedly. When the song is over and the young man takes his exaggerated bow, the old man settles back in his pillows, content. Then, from the gloom, barely loud enough to hear, comes a soft Later, on one of those quiet, weary afternoons, I have one more question before we stop for the night. Didn't I once hear that you... But he cuts me off. Yeah, he says. I probably did.
All right, that was chapter 1. So I'm going to go to bed. We're going to continue the next chapter tomorrow. Night, night, good people. We're going to continue the chapter tomorrow. Then we'll got some more books. We got Michael Jackson. We got a whole bunch of books. All right, guys. I'll see you guys later. Have you seen the movie? What movie? What movie, Charlotte? What movie? What movie? Charlotte, tell me what movie and then I'll go to bed. Good night, everybody. Good night, Spitting Fire, if you're in the bushes still. Okay, we're gonna start listening to stories at night. Bedtime stories. You're gonna learn a lot. Learn a lot about people. Do the rest Saturday night. Okay, I will. Oh, the Jerry Lee Lewis movie? No, I haven't seen it. Yeah. Well, we got a lot. I even got the Michael Jackson's book. That's the one I want to read. The guy that wrote Michael Jackson book. I started listening to that one earlier, like a couple of months ago, but I haven't finished it. But we could start over. Yep. All right, night night, people. You forgot his name? Yeah, Jerry Lee Lewis. He's the one that just died. Yep, that's who we're listening to. Jerry Lee Lewis, the one that married his 13-year-old cousin, and nothing ever happened to him. Nobody did a surviving Jerry Lee Lewis. All right, night night. Peace out.